So, hello everybody, and welcome to another Feature Friday. So, many of you have start centers with portlets that are based upon queries in the various traditional Maximo managed applications. Amongst other things, when users are logged in, they're presented with tables of records that have been pulled into the portlet by the underlying query. For example, a portlet showing all of the work orders that are in a status of in progress, or maybe service requests that are new. But now, with the advent of operational dashboards and the Work Queue Manager application, you can provide users a more efficient way to process their work. So let's take a look at it. So within Manage, make sure, first of all, that Max Admin has access to both the operational dashboard and the Work Queue Manager applications. Note that both of these applications are tools and tasks type application, meaning that they are MAF apps. Okay, so we are going to build a work queue that is around an existing query that is in the work order tracking application. So let's go find that query here. There's work order tracking. And if I look under available queries, I can see the one I'm looking for here is work orders that are in progress. So it's always a good idea to execute the query to make sure it returns the records that you're interested in. And it's always a good idea to go over here and take a look at the where clause to confirm that it is truly what you are looking for. Okay, with that foundation in place, let's go to the Work Queue Manager application. And here it is under Administration, so it's easy to find. There's a number of them already that you can take a look at as samples, but I'm going to build one for work in progress. So upper right corner, create the work queue, and I'm just going to follow the wizard here. And I'm going to call this work in progress, and I'm going to give, let's actually spell things correctly. There we go. And a description. These are work orders that are in progress. Okay. Priority can be whatever you'd like. I'm just going to make it some mid-level here. 3, let's say. And person groups. If you wish certain person groups to have access to this, then you can list them here. If not, then the queue will be completely public. Okay, next step. Click Next. And we get to choose the object structure. It will make a suggestion in the beginning here. Obviously, this is the one that I wish to use, is WO detail. Then the query that I am looking for, I click on that. And I now need to go find the query in here, and there may be a little bit of searching to do to find the query. And let's see what we get here. And you always miss it the first time. There we go. WO in progress. That's the one I want. So go ahead and choose that and click OK. The next step here is which application do I wish to launch when the user actually clicks on the work queue. So you kind of have a choice here. I'm just going to point to the traditional application, but keep in mind you can always point to the new work orders application, which is also an MAF app, by the way. I'm just going to choose a traditional just to keep things straightforward here. Click OK. Now the next piece is to choose the fields that you wish to have displayed in the work queue table when it's actually used. And I'm just going to pick a couple of them here, and I'm going to use WONUM and description here. So I'm going to find WONUM. There's WONUM. And then I'm going to look for description. And again, you can pick from the many hundreds of fields on a work order record to show. So I just have those two for now. When you're done with that, click OK. And we go to the next step. Alrighty, the last step is to choose the actions that the user can take after they access the work queue. And there can certainly be more than one. And what I'm going to do is just choose the work order complete action so that I can take a work order that's currently in progress, and I'm going to make it complete. Obviously, if you had other actions that you wish to take after in progress, you certainly can add that to the work queue. I'm just going to choose the one here for our purposes. And when you're done with that, click Create. And we have success. So notice a couple of things here. One is that the query was run, and this is the list of work orders in my system at the moment that meet that criteria. And over on the right-hand side, I can always edit this work queue further, but certainly I do need to make it active. And there we go. Now we can go use the work queue. Let's go open up an operational dashboard and see where that goes. So over to the operational dashboard. So the convenient thing is that I already have an ops dashboard view that I've created, which has a work queues card in it. And because that already exists, I don't really need to do anything because the newly created and activated work queue will simply show up on this list. So I'm just going to go ahead and page down here several times, and it'll show up here at the end. And there is the work queue that I created. And you can see the number of records at the moment that the query returns. And of course, the priority there. Now, if I click the work queue, here's my list. And I can choose all the work orders. I can choose individually if I'd like. But when I do that, over here on the right-hand side, I am given that list of actions. And whether I just did one action or multiple actions on the work queue, then the user is able to execute those actions on these records directly from here. So there you go. Use an existing query to provide users a quick way to address records that are in need of action. And hopefully this was helpful, and stay current, my friends.